So I nominated Dr. Flowers for the Shay Award because he exemplifies service leadership and support of the swine industry. He's been a professor at NC State for over 35 years and of course has a passion for animal ag and swine production, and introduced me to pigs as a freshman in his A&S 150 class. I always joke and say Dr. Flowers knew me better than I knew myself, because as a freshman coming in, he always memorizes something unique about each student and memorizes their faces. And so I'll be Sarah Dillon from Walkertown to him forever, and so that's what he calls me still to this day. He quickly learned also my interests were in equine health and persuaded me to consider a swine production. And so really I owe my career to Dr. Flowers and his persuasion over 15 years ago. He's very humble. He has really pioneered the use of ultrasound and AI in production systems as we know it, and is overall very valuable to our industry.
So I've been around pigs all my life. Kind of had an interesting conversation with my folks one day. You know, I was getting toward the end of my high school years and trying to decide what to do, and my mom and dad pretty much knew I kind of wanted to farm, and they set me down and said, son, you're the run of the litter, both in when you were born and size-wise, and so there's not going to be enough of the farm left to support all the families that want to farm. So if you want to continue in agriculture, you probably need to go off to school and kind of learn as much as you can about something you're really interested in, and then you can help other people do what you wanted to do. I tell people when I go home at the end of the day and you think about what you've done and maybe what impacts you've done, it always comes back to the students I've worked with. Most of our students, they're very intelligent. They want to do things with their hands as well as their mind, and they're very compassionate people too, so they want to do things right and make a difference. Feel sorry for the other folks that work with cattle or horses or sheep, because it's really easy with pigs, right? You hand a kid that's never had a pig, a really soft, cuddly little baby pig, and what are they going to do? Of course they're going to hold it and look at it and study it, and then I tell people, yeah, I kind of have them hooked, right? So when you get a student interested that works at our farms at NC State, and we have lots of really great industry partners that have internships for them, and then they kind of embrace them. I get a lot of credit for it, and I don't deserve all of it because there was lots of people involved, but I get a lot of credit for helping the swine industry transition from natural mating to artificial matings. I've always enjoyed working with the people in the industry, and I tell people I probably learn more when I go out to a farm and we're doing a study or I look at things than I teach them. We don't do it for the recognition, but it's nice when it comes our way, and it means a lot because these are the people that I've always tried to work with and help throughout my career. You know, I have the best job in the world because it doesn't ever feel like a job, right? And I'd probably do it for free. My wife probably wouldn't be happy, but I would, right? I think it means a lot because of that, but also it's named after W. Shay, and he was the person who started off. For me, it's almost like you're being recognized by the person who started off, sort of the alpha of the whole program. But ever since I've been here, you know, in North Carolina, which has been a long time, and working with the industry, it's you know, nobody's ever told me no, right? If I wanted to do something. Some people have told me that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but they never said no, right? I've always appreciated that. And I think it's been really nice to see that the state organization, the North Carolina Pork Council, it's been interesting over my years to watch them grow and watch what they've done for the swine industry. And I think a lot of times our producers think that they should be, most of their time should be spent doing the things maybe I do about production topics, but I think the effort that the Pork Council has done to give scholarships to young people, to educate producers about the political process and the other things that goes on right now, that's probably more important than the production stuff, right? I tell people the pig part of it's pretty easy, right? The people part of it is really, really difficult, and that's where everybody needs to be educated.